Welcome back to the Motorhome Matt podcast with me, Keith Gooden, and the star of the show, Motorhome Matt Sims himself. Anything you need to know about the industry, hiring a motorhome, going on holiday in a caravan or campervan, Matt knows and will tell you. It's sponsored today by MHC Storage, safe and secure storage for your boat, caravan, campervan or motorhome. And we are talking today, Matt, about storing your motorhome, aren't we?
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. I've got my motorhome. It's parked on my drive. A couple of dodgy characters have been looking at it as they pass by. They might be dodgy. They might be just people looking for another motorhome, but I'm getting a bit itchy.
They're probably your friends, Keith.
Yeah, they're probably family. I want to store my motorhome somewhere safe and secure, but it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. And let's face it, I don't want to hop onto my motorhome the next time because it's cost me a leg. Do you get it?
No.
Okay. Store my motorhome.
Tumbleweed.
Yeah. Store my motorhome for a reasonable cost. Can I do it?
Of course you can, yes, yeah. I mean, putting it on your drive's, easy, convenient, makes it easy to jump in and get away. What's the downside of that? It's not necessarily as secure, perhaps, as being in a security facility or storage facility. You also tell the neighbours you're on holiday every time it's not there, which makes potentially your house a bit vulnerable. So, yeah, and of course, not everyone can store it at home. Increasingly, there's a big housing development near where we are right now, and there are deeds of covenant that you can't park a motorhome or caravan on the drive for more than however many hours it is, but definitely not overnight. So, for those folks, you can't store a motorhome caravan at home. So a storage facility can be a good idea. And choosing one is really important. There's lots of factors to consider. Location is key. Do you store it near home, which could be convenient, or do you store it near your destination? If you live in, I own a storage business, which is MHC Storage, and we have customers from all over the country. We're here at the gateway to the southwest, near Bristol, and so lots of our customers in storage go Devon, Cornwall, South Wales, the best parts of the country, I think. But they live in Kent, they live in the northeast, and they travel down by car, and they hitch up the caravan, and then do the last bit of the trip from us, where we're storing their caravan.
So they might live in London or Birmingham, like you say, but they're storing here. And when they go down to Cornwall, the motorhome is always halfway to the destination already, which saves on fuel. So when they come here in their car, you'll park their car up for them as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
right.
So they leave their car with us while they're away. We also offer a service where we get the motorhome or caravan ready for them prior to arrival, which is a charged-for service, of course. But we will clean it every month. We will fill it with water so it's ready for them to go, and it's a convenient service. It's almost a concierge service, if you like. Which is quite unusual. I mean, most storage businesses that store campervans, caravans, and motorhomes don't offer that. I don't know why. We've been offering it for years, and lots of our customers love that because it takes all the hassle away for them. So where you store it's going to be really key. Close to home, most of our customers are local to us, and they can pop in and go and get something from the motorhome. But a word of warning: it's worth asking the question of your chosen storage facility or proposed storage facility, how easy is it to get in? Many of them will want 48 hours notice to get into the caravan or motorhome. And so they want you to pre-plan it. Now, here we are outside. It's beautiful today. The weather has turned really sunny. It's actually quite warm. We're in March and it's beautiful weather. So you might decide, right, tomorrow, let's go. If you're in a storage facility where you've got to give them 48 hours notice, that's not happening. You may not be able to go. The other thing to consider is, can I get to the motorhome? Can I go in it and get my wallet that I left in there at the end of my last trip? And many of them will say, no, you can't. What about servicing and repairing it? If there's a repair you want to do to it, can I do that whilst it's in storage? Many will say, no, you can't. So there are lots of rules and regulations around storing a motorhome, caravan, campervan, or even boat. So check what the restrictions are before you commit.
What's all this going to cost me?
Prices do vary. It really does vary around the country. You'll be looking £400 or £500. The old school way is £1 a day. That seemed to be the norm. But increasingly, operating costs have gone up. We charge £500 a year, £499 for a year.
For a whole year.
For a space, yeah. And that's for a motorhome or a caravan.
But that doesn't include the concierge service. That's all extra on top. This is just for parking in motorhome.
That's having a secure storage space in our facility. As we record this, that's the price. And whilst you're away, you can leave your car in the space if you're taking a motorhome away. And that space is yours for the year.
So tell us about some of the security solutions that storage facilities have. You'd expect it to be more secure than parking it on the drive at home, but how much more?
Yeah, indeed. So storage facilities usually fencing, reens. So they're the ditches around them. We are surrounded by reens, fences, CCTV, floodlighting, electric gates. They're all facilities that most storage facilities have. One of the things to check is whether they are regulated by CASSOA, CASSOA. Now that's the Caravan Storage Association, and we subscribe to that. We're part of CASSOA, and that involves a regular inspection of our site, and an insurance inspector will come, and we score points based on features of security that we have. And the more points you score, the higher award you get. CASSOA starts with bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Platinum is a new award, which only has come out in 2021, I think. We are a silver site. Now, we don't have a perimeter fence. We're surrounded by fields. We have a ditch or reen surrounding us and some fencing. It is a very secure site. We're by no means impenetrable. Very few storage facilities are. We're in part of the country where caravan motorhome theft is lower than it is in other parts of the country. So we are a silver site, which means we're recognised by the insurance database. So many insurance companies will say, well, you want to put your caravan here. We need to know, is it a CASSOA site? And they won't insure you unless it is stored in a CASSOA site. And that means that site is recognised by them on their database. So a farmer's barn, indoors, great. And some storage facilities are indoors. Farmer's barn, great, but it's not on an insurance database, and it may be that you can't get insurance for it while it's there.
Yeah, I mean, just in passing, I was doing something else a couple of weeks ago and happened to be on a farmer's land, and there was a barn there, and the door was slightly open, and I was parking in a public car park outside, and his boundary fence was just there. But, through the crack in the door, I could see a very nice E-type Jag was parked. He was clearly renting that out, but if I was a professional thief, I'd be on that quick.
Yes, yeah, you would. So, people often ask us, can we come and have a look at the storage facility? And our default answer is no. We say no, you can't do a viewing for reasons of security. We have a video of our facility, which, we've edited deliberately. So it's, we're not revealing too much about it. So doing a viewing is difficult because people want to see where their motorhome or caravan is going to be. So it is difficult, and trying to see inside is fraught with risk for the other customers that are in there. And so don't be surprised if a storage operator says, no, you can't come and have a look.
Yeah, it's all about keeping it secure, isn't it? And keeping the ne'er-do-wells who do want to steal things from casing the joint, which is what any sensible professional thief will do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but as you say, in this part of the world, the southwest, it's not such a big problem.
It's not such a big problem. It is a problem. Caravan and motorhome theft is on the rise. There's a shortfall of motorhomes and caravans, and recently a large dealer near us was broken into, and they had, I think, 5 or 6 motorhomes raided, and they didn't just take, these are motorhomes for sale. They didn't have valuables in the sense of watches and wallets. The thieves actually took the front seats, they took the cooker, they took the ovens, grills, they took fridges. These were people that were very considered, and then carried these heavy parts over a really substantial fence and gate. And these, we think they're being stolen to order. And for converters, for people who are converting vans and just can't get the parts, there is long delays on parts coming out of all of Europe and beyond. And so if you're converting a camper van, you might have to wait a year for some of these parts. And so, these parts are valuable now for a whole new reason. Boilers, for example, and you arrive at your caravan and the boiler's gone. Well, you've got no hot water. I shouldn't laugh. You've got no hot water. It's not funny. You've got no hot water. You've got no heating. And the mess that they've left while they leave it out. You guarantee they're not going to unscrew the screws. They're just going to take a crowbar to it. And then, of course, the damage they did to get into the caravan. So, we've done a podcast on security. And that's definitely a factor. If it's in storage, I would still say fit all the security you've got, wheel clamp, hitch lock, everything else, and go and check out that podcast for some ideas on securing your leisure vehicle. But I would secure it as best you can. A cover is a great idea. Now, they're contentious because covers say, they make the caravan sweat and you get damp and mould. My experience of covers, and I must admit, I did subscribe to that view, and also they can scratch the paint. I have to say, as an operator of a storage facility and someone with a caravan but yes, I have a caravan as well. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, no.
I'm a multi-leisure vehicle faceted individual. So we have a cover on our caravan, and it hasn't scratched the paint, and it hasn't made the caravan damp, and it hasn't made it mouldy. The really good caravan covers are breathable, and they allow the vehicle to breathe, and you can buy either a cover that goes over the whole thing, and I think they're a great deterrent to it being broken into or even stolen, because a thief can't just get into it and get it. So they're just going to, frankly, look at the next one, as horrible as that sounds.
The easy one. They're going to go for the easy one.
And if you don't want to put a full cover on it, you can now, and they're quite new, just a topper, so it just covers the roof. And, you do get bird lime and tree sap. If it's in storage for a while, the roof is going to go green. Even if there aren't trees in the immediate vicinity, you are going to get, grease and just debris on the roof. And a roof topper is a great idea just to keep the roof clean and stop it getting damaged from anything, falling out the sky, a bird dropping something on it.
Well, that's the thing, bird dropping things. I live near rookeries, and I can tell you, it's an issue. It's an issue. Okay, anything else we should need to know about the storage of our motorhome?
Do your research, read reviews, do a good Google, and do as much research as you can. Try and meet the owner operator. You're going to go into a relationship with them, and they are in the way between you and your holiday. So you want to make sure that they're amenable, you can get on with them, and that if anything did go wrong, because it could, that you believe they are going to act in your best interest and help you sort it out.
But people aren't just carting them off into the middle of an old field somewhere and saying that they're doing all these wonderful things, but not actually doing them.
Absolutely. And once you've signed up as a customer, you're going to be able to see the facility, and maybe they will let you see the facility. We do break our rule of no, you can't come in. We do let people see it, and we're assessing the customer as much as hopefully they are assessing us. And the team will let them in to have a good look, because people are very genuine and they are very serious, and they have genuine concerns which we would want to alleviate. So go and meet the storage operator, do your research, and then before you pay them any money, make sure you're completely happy, and ask any questions that you've got. As you always say, there's no such thing as the daft question. You always ask them. Just make sure you do. It's only the questions you don't ask.
Okay, that's the Motorhome Matt podcast. Ask questions and all. This week sponsored by MHC Storage, safe and secure storage for your boat, caravan, campervan or motorhome.
And make sure you look us up on Instagram, motorhomematt.co.uk, and on YouTube. Hit subscribe and hit the bell, and then the gods of YouTube can tell you when there's a new episode to watch.
Ding, ding.